Back in 2013, this was one of the fastest cars for racing in GTA Online. This is the Entity XF, and back then this could be considered a track-focused machine, while looking like a normal supercar. It was all-wheel drive, cost almost $800,000, and it was back then a must-have car in your garage. But 7 years later, the story has changed a lot. Now GTA car makers make things different, and if you want to make a car specifically made for the track, you need two things. 1. Increase the value in some million of dollars, and 2. Give it a more aggressive styling, more track focused, by adding splitters, scanners, flaps, spoilers, you know, stupid details that make you think, damn, it worth wasting not much money. But once you get in and start to drive these new machines, you start to feel something that you miss on that extra $1 million you paid, and that it was available on those 2013 cars, the extra performance. And here I have a great example. This is the Progen Emerus, a car which name is given after a wild plant, which full name is Emerus Senna. Yeah, Senna, Emerus Senna. So this is the nowadays GTA's representation of a truck car, and in fact, it's so fast, it doesn't lack of performance, and it's good in every aspect, as you would imagine. But how much better and improved it is compared to the Entity XF? Well, in this battle we are not gonna leave alone the Emerus. We also have another new truck car, and this time from Benefactor. It's called Krieger, and like the Emerus, it's fast and so expensive. So in today's two-step review, we have 3 fighters in this battle. In one corner, alone, the old good one from 2013, and into the other corner, the ostentatious and expensive new one from 2020, to show the rest of the world the worth of their extra monetary value. Welcome to 6th episode of Two-Step Review, the revenge of the old forbidden supercars.
I know you want one. Oh! Jesus Christ!
So before starting, if you take a look to the specs and times table, the Entity XF don't have anything in his favor. But if you watch this review till the end, you will see a surprise in the track times results. But leaving surprises apart, let's get into it. Like always, design first, and here is a hard point where you pay for. Emerus looks f***ing good. I hope one day earn $1 million from this series to buy one. The Benefactor is also cool, but generally has a softer design, and the fact of wearing a huge diamond in the front don't make me much happy about it. But on the other side, driving a car that has 6 glass windows in total that lets you look to the feet of pedestrians, oh boy, that makes me feel equal to wearing a diamond in the front. But the Benefactor receives an extra point for having, yeah boy, freaking flying like windows. And what if we take a look to the Entity? Well, it's ugly compared to the other two, but back then it was cool. The front and side view, it's quite nice, but the back seems like a puzzle. And who is the winner in PIMP My Ride? Well, the Entity has 7 static customization options. The Emerus has 10 custom liveries and 56 static options, and on the other counterpart, the Krieger has also 10 liveries and 33 static options. Now let's get into interior design, and here between the Krieger and the Emerus there's no difference. Both use the same interior, both have no visibility when going in reverse, and looking forward and to the side, visibility is bigger in Krieger. And another interior difference between these two is the door glass panel in the Emerus, but in first person you won't notice much of that while driving. You will only have time to look through this when you are stopped. And about the Entity, it uses the all interior model mostly found in all GTA cars. Simple but very functional, and apart the lateral visibility is so good due to the long curved windshield and the thin A-pillars. And now it's time of hearing some pops, bangs, gear shifts, rev limiters and wheel spinning from each one. And before getting into performance, let's let them talk by itself, and with that, I mean, it's drag racing time, baby! Cool, now let's put our engineer trousers and take a look to every spec step by step. So the novel price of the quickest in 0 to 60 miles per hour is the Krieger. 0 to 100 Krieger. On recuperations in 37 miles per 200 is the Emerus. The best on braking, the Entity XF. The one with highest G-force achieves around a turn is the Emerus. Best top speed, Krieger. But getting out of the numbers and going into driving these three, the one the most comfortable you will find driving fast is the XF. It goes wherever you want. It's equilibrated in every way you could think. The Krieger lacks of grip at the front, and that means huge understeering at high and low speed turns. And the Emerus also understeers, but not as much as the Benefactor. But the good thing is that you can correct this understeering by hitting the throttle. But the problem is that in certain turns you have to take care with how much you hit the throttle, because sometimes you will find some oversteering if you pass the car limits. So the most equilibrated is the Entity, without no doubt. But the funnest to drive is the Emerus, because you will have to control the way cars get into a turn and comes out with the throttle. And that's cool, babe. And finally, let's compare these three at our test track. And here there's a surprise for you if you like cheap, fast cars. But if on the other side you put fast statics into performance and price, there's no surprise. You will still prefer the Emerus or the Krieger. But if you are from the poor sleeper gang, here are the times that will put a smile on your face. The Emerus made a time of 2 minutes 10:88. The Benefactor made a time of 2 minutes 11:38. And the Entity made a time of 2 minutes 10:36. Yeah, the Entity XF, the 7-year-old outdated and cheap supercar, has beaten the newer, more expensive and beautiful Emerus. And not only that, also has beaten the Krieger, and not just by a few thousand of seconds, exactly 1 second. And remember, these two are newer and more expensive, exactly $2 million more expensive. Remember, if you want to take a look to the full video track times, we will leave a link in the description below as soon as we can. Now, the final conclusions. Which one will I buy? Kick double answer. If I had a limited amount of money, I will take the Entity XF to kick some butts in GTA Online lobbies with my old super sleeper. But don't be stupid, don't try to drag race it, cause you will lose. Remember, this is faster than the other two on a racing track, more specifically our test track. But if I had my account full of millions, I would pick up the Emerus. It looks much sicker than Krieger. It's faster on the wrong corners, and the only drawback is the speed, because it's slower than Krieger by a few thousand of a second on straights. But it's 105,000 cheaper and more entertainment to drive than Krieger. So, with that final conclusion, we've arrived to the end of this episode of Two-Step Review. Hope you like it. Remember to subscribe to our channel, hit the bell icon to stay immediately tuned to every upload. Remember to share with everyone around you, and don't forget it, drive safe and take care with oppressors. See you in the next episode of Two-Step Review.